Wemby is better than both Sabonis and Bam today.
Yes.
What are you basing that on, Mars?
Yeah, I disagree.
Watching Wemby play.
Okay, from the eye test. Just from the eye test, you see Wemby. You see what are you looking at when you see Wemby?
I'm seeing.
I don't want to get off.
I'm seeing the third best paint protector in the NBA. I'm seeing the third best paint protector in the NBA
behind
AD and Rudy Gobert.
Okay.
Then I'm seeing one of the 5 best passing bigs in the NBA behind Jokic, Sabonis, Sengun. Draymond has to count as a 5, right?
Top 5 passing big.
Watch him
ready?
And
Mark, I watch him. No question.
Watch him. I'm not gonna lie.
Keep going.
You're saying right
now today
on February.
I'm not projecting. I'm not projecting a thing. No projection involved. No projection involved. Maybe 6 depends on how you feel about balance.
I'm not arguing that. That part I'm not.
No. I mean, but he's like Wemby arguing. I thought Mark was not tripping, but I had to go sit back a little bit when he said top 15 argument. I said, no, let me go look at this. Wemby across the board is already a first-team All-NBA defender. I think we can all agree with that. He's already a first-team All-NBA defender. He's averaging 20 and 10 on pretty good efficiency. He's already a decent three-point shooter. He's a decent post player because
wasn't that in the beginning, but he became that, sure.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but like he had to get used to the league, right?
Yep.
But like just alone, like Bam's best skill set, which is why I think Bam also is clear ahead of Sabonis, personally, like in the playoff setting, especially, or just whatever. But I think Bam's best ability is his ability to legitimately guard 1 through 5, to be a switch help rim defender, and he's a great, relative to a center, great passer, great playmaker, great in between player, and he's a good scorer. Wemby's already better at every one of those skill sets than Bam, except for maybe that in-between playmaking that happens right at that little mid-range area at this point, because he hadn't figured the game out yet and had to figure out how to use his body yet. So
I'll give him the rim protection. I'll give you the rim protection.
But even the pick and roll, even if
the other stuff,
defense, it's insane.
I'm not ready to give you the pick and roll.
He's the second best drop defender in the league behind.
Here's the difference. The difference, Mars, is that the reason why he's the second best drop defender is because when he drops and recovers, he's recovering at the 3-point line because he's 8 damn feet tall.
That's why he's there. That's why he's so good.
He can play drop, but he can contest every jump shot. Like he's the only person in the league who can do what he does. Is no one else. It's just him. No one else can play drop, but also be hypothetically playing at the level because he's so damn long.
So is he a cheat code? So is he a cheat code? Is that what you're saying?
You get no advantage. You get no advantage with Wemby and drop. The only reason you'll get an advantage is if his guards decide to not be able to get around that particular screen. Yeah. But then he can still play the pass and the floater, and you still don't have much of an advantage. But it's a negligible one.
The only reason he would not be a top 10 player next year, the only reason he wouldn't be a top 10 player next year, if he doesn't play enough minutes and they tank their season. I think by the end of next year, he's going to be a clear top 10 player, even above like your Bookers, like your regular season Jimmy Butlers and them. Like, he's a freak. Like, he's an absolute freak. And he can do everything. And the thing is, the reason I know you'll love him, and Fluent especially, he hates losing. He's already like pissed every game when they lose. He don't smile. He's not joking in the media. He's not talking about his accolade, not talking about the 5x5 game. He wants to win, and he's willing to do whatever it costs. And he's listening to Coach Pop, but when he goes out of a game and like he has to get at that little minutes restriction, he's upset. He's made of the right stuff.
I'm already on record saying that whenever he gets in front of Chet, he's looking at Chet like, why y'all got this dude in front of me? He can't do nothing with me. I'm already on record saying that. Mars, to your point, I think we had this conversation before the season started that I thought he'd average 2 blocks a game just from blocking 3-pointers. That's what I was thinking, just off the strength that he covers that much space. I'm thinking about him in the aspect of him not really knowing how to play defense. And I'm thinking Bam, as a defender, he knows about drop coverage. He knows when slip screens are coming, which Wemby is not sure about yet. He doesn't know how to. He doesn't know how to manifest
and
when a slip screen.
And he doesn't know that.
And that's why he's not the best defender in the league yet. That
right, that's why I think
the understanding the game to the highest level is why he's not the best defender in the league.
Which I'm on record saying,
but he's being a top 5 defender of pure defensive instincts and talent. He's a top 5 defender in the league of those two things alone.
That's the beauty of physical gifts and talent and instincts, is that you're right. He doesn't know that stuff, and he's still that good. So imagine once he starts figuring it out too.
And he is the crazy thing about the Spurs are like my second most watched team after the Rockets. He's figuring it out game by game. Like there's legitimate, if you watch every Spurs game or close to every Spurs game, let me put it this way. For the rest of the season, maybe you guys don't want to do it, but maybe people in the chat will think about it. Watch one Spurs game a week. That's all I'm asking. I'm telling you, you will notice Wemby is better every single game. If you watch one game a week, you'll be like, he's better than he was last week. Like, that's how much he's improving so fast. When he came in, he wasn't a great passer. He had decent feel. His delivery was off all the time. Now it's developed. Like, he's one of the better passing bigs. His delivery is still not great all the time, but you can see it improving. You can, I'm watching him.
Which is ironic too, Mars.
He's running pick and rolls at 7'4".
Which is ironic, Mars, that you talk about this right now, because you weren't big on him. Because I started paying attention to him, his ability to screen, and he doesn't know how to screen. He may have gotten better as a screener now. Not only as a screener, as a rim runner. When he runs to the rim, he's just asking, just throw the ball up there, I'll go get it. He's asking to do that. I can't say he was doing that 2 months ago, but today he's actually doing that. I think when he learns how to play, I think he's going to be so much better, but I just don't think he's there yet, which is why I think about guys like Bam. I think about guys like Sabonis ahead of him for that reason right there.
Bam, I'm not too mad at. Bam, I'm like, I can hear it because Bam's a hell of a passer himself, especially out that DHO delay action or a 4-on-3, blah, blah, blah. Bam's a great passer. The mid-range has come along with Bam. He's actually a viable threat there now.
Really good in transition.
I like Bam, even though he's not as good as Wemby in transition, because Wemby's a cheat code in transition. But I'm fine with Bam. Sabonis, respectfully, just due to the defensive
inability.
Yeah, that's the best word I could. I'm gonna take Wemby over him.
Crazy. It's crazy.
I don't think that's disrespect to say Wemby's great. I'm not saying Thomas Bryant is better than Sabonis. I'm not saying that.
Yeah, Sabonis is an all-star level player, just to be clear. He should have been in the all-star game this year. The issue is that, again, if you're talking about transferring skill sets to when it matters, Sabonis has clear limitations on both ends for legitimate reasons that I don't even think he can work on per se. Can
we be specific about what that means when it matters? Can y'all let me know when it doesn't matter, when it does matter?
I'm a playoff person. I'm a playoff person. I'm big. Like if can your skill set, like Giannis has limitations in the playoffs. Gotcha. We know what those are. Like there's reasons why he has some deficiency to fall off. I'm saying to you, Wemby, if you put him in right now, he might not have it, as Shill said, like mentally he won't understand it and all that other stuff. But bruh, if you put Wemby in a playoff setting right now, and for 7 games, you gave him 7 games to figure out how to guard you and what you're doing. By game 6, you're doing everything you can to put maybe.
That's the problem, though, Cam. You might not get to game 6. That's my only point with Wemby.
He's a rookie. On the Spurs, you won't get to a game 6.
That's the point that I'm saying, though. I'm like, when it comes to Bam and Sabonis, these guys are proven, they're tested, they're tried and true. We know we're gonna get 15 rebounds from Sabonis. We know we're going to get elite level playmaking from Sabonis. We know from Bam we're going to get a lob threat. We're going to get a mid-range killer. We're going to get a dude who's going to anchor your defense. We know what they're going to get. And I'm not trying to knock Wemby. I'm just saying we have not yet seen it from Wemby, and we know it's a lot of inexperience. We know it's going to be riff-raff from Wemby in the playoffs if we put him
Do you think Wemby right now will be better than the
team around him? No, I'm just saying, Wemby doesn't have anywhere near the team around him, so it's tough to say. But the playoffs is a different game. It slows down. Defense gets tighter, right? All the things that maybe don't matter in the regular season start to matter a little bit more. And so that it's more indicative of how, to his point, you can transfer that skill set in your game. Playoffs is different. Just anyone who watch a regular season game, watch a playoff game. The intensity level, everything's different about it.